Breaking news, the Justice Department has charged an Indian national in a foiled plot to assassinate a Sikh separatist in New York City. He says they worked together with an Indian government employee to plot the murder. NBC's Ken Delanian has the latest reporting on this. What more can you tell us, Ken?
Chris, the Justice Department says the intended victim in this case is a Sikh activist based in New York who favors a separate Sikh nation in part of India. So he's essentially an enemy of the Indian government. And what's so remarkable about this is that federal prosecutors are saying that this plot was directed from India and that the accused assassin worked in concert with an unnamed Indian government employee who referred to himself as a senior intelligence operative. And U.S. prosecutors say this plot in New York unfolded in June and was connected to the murder of another Sikh separatist outside a Sikh temple in British Columbia, Canada in June. If you recall, Chris, the Canadian Prime Minister made a big splash when he said that credible intelligence showed that the Indian government had directed and planned that murder. Now, the Indian government has denied this, but the Biden White House says it raised the issue with India and is taking it very seriously. The Washington Post is reporting that CIA Director William Burns flew to India in August, and Director of National Intelligence Avril Haines followed in October, both to discuss this issue. Now, one reason the New York plot didn't succeed is that the accused tried to hire a hitman who turned out to be an undercover U.S. law enforcement officer, Chris. And it's worth noting that Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government has accused Sikhs of fomenting terrorist attacks in India and has listed the Sikh activist who was targeted in New York as a terrorist. So one important question here, Chris, is whether the U.S. policy of killing people our government designates as terrorists overseas has emboldened other countries to do the same. This is a door that no one ever wanted to open, Chris.